Hello, good day. My name is Bayo Farinade, and I want to welcome you to Rental Business Masterclass. It's, a, it's about a rental business, and in this course, I will be letting you know all you need to know about rental businesses. I've been in the rental business for the past 9 years, and I think I have something to say. So let's get along. So you can learn one or two things on how you can start your rental business. So let me just say a little things about myself. As I said earlier, my name is Bayo Farinade, and I study insurance, and I served in Enugu State, where I served in Enugu State. After I worked there, after finishing my service year, I was retained and I was posted to Lagos. As a matter of fact, that was how I found myself in Lagos. I didn't really plan to be in Lagos, though I always come to Lagos, but it was not my initial plan to stay in Lagos. So I worked with the company for a year. After a year, I resigned. I resigned on 4th of April. Yeah, I resigned on 4th of April 2010. And in that same 2010, I started my rental business with 5,000 naira. Yes, I can say it anyway. I start my rental business with 5,000 business, 5,000 naira, with no contact, with no office, with no equipment. Yeah, that's how I started. And to the glory of God, I'm married with two lovely children. And by His grace, the business has been moving forward. The business has been growing, has been expanding. So today I will be sharing with you how you can become a rental business and the step-by-step process of guide that you can take to become a successful and profitable rentalpreneur. So before we go on, I would like to ask this question. Have you rented or hired or leased any item before? Or do you know anyone who have rented or hired any equipment before? Because most times we patronize all this business, but we are not aware that we are even patronizing the rental business. Actually, this is due to there's some kind of layers. There's some layer processes in the rental business, which at times it is not open to us. We might not know we are patronizing a rental business, and as a matter of fact, they are rental businesses. So as we go on, you learn some of these things I'm talking about. So understanding rental business is an evergreen business that's been there for so long. Like I said in one of my videos, rental business was profitable yesterday, it is profitable now, and it will be profitable in the future. So it's just left for you to know where you want to pitch your tent in the rental business. And I can assure you, you can't mix it when it comes to rental business. It is an evergreen business and is a profitable business. So let's just define what rental business is all about. Why putting this course together, I try to go online to search what rental business is all about. But going online, I searched, but I couldn't get a detailed information. I couldn't get a very definite definition of rental business. What I could get online was rental property, rental this, but as in a definition that would give me a holistic definition of rental business, I couldn't get, because as in rental business have been stereotyped to property, to canopy, which rental business it's more than that. Rental business is bigger than property business, is more than renting of canopies and chairs. So I try to come up with my own definition, and this is what I have: any item, equipment, building, asset, animal, or anything that I enjoy or that I used, occupy, or enjoy for a particular period of time at an agreed price. That is my own definition of rental business. Any item whatsoever, anything that was used by somebody else for a particular period of time at an agreed price. I always like to relate to this. When we are growing up, there's a relationship, mutual relationship with your neighbors. In most cases, I remember when I was growing up, we have a mortar, a pounding yam mortar, and I have my neighbors come to us at times. They say, okay, we want to borrow this mortar, and which we always give it to them. I was trying to figure it out. That's a rental business, but it's a rental business, so to say. But because the monetary aspect is not there, so we can't call it a business, but it's a rental. We rent our mortar, pounding mortar to them to use for a particular period of time. But in those period, we just give it to them. Some people come to you and they will rent. They will say, let me use your knife, let me use your this and that, which has happened, but the aspect of the business is not there. But we do all these kind of things. Your neighbors will come, your friends, somebody can just call you and say, can you help me with this? Can you borrow me 5,000? Can you borrow me 10,000? And you give it to them, and they will return it back for you. And because you are not gaining any, you are not making any money from it, so we can't call it a business. But these are what some of the things that form rental businesses. So a rentalpreneur is a person or a company who rents all these items, who is involved in all these kind of things we are trying to talk about. A rentalpreneur is somebody who hire, lease equipment, building, all sorts of things to other people for a particular period of time and at a given price. The time is very important. A particular period of time that the person wants to use it for is very important, and at what price. That is what makes it different from a rentalpreneur and somebody who's just renting. So, when we're talking about rental business, the big question behind this rental business is for you to know why individual and companies rent. If you don't have an idea of why people do some certain things, you might find it difficult to position yourself in such a way that will be beneficial to you. When you know reason why some people do some things, you might be sure that, okay, sure, definitely I'm going to get a business. If you are sure that every week people will go out, people will go to office, people will go, uh, they will go to schools, and you are a transporter. If you are so sure that people will go out, people will have to move, then you are sure that when you take your bus out, you take your car out, definitely you have a business. And that's why is always very important. Whatever business you want to start, you need to know why. Why people buy from me, why people will need these items. Why is a question we need to be asking ourselves from time to time in order to grow our businesses. So the first reason why people rent, and this is very, very crucial, this is very, very important. One of the reasons why people rent is affordability. You should, as a matter of fact, it is cheaper renting than buying in most cases. And I always like to cite this example. Majority of us, or all of us watching this video right now, you live in a particular house, even if the house is your own. But before you move into your own house, definitely you have been living in a rented apartment. Why were you staying in that rented apartment? It is because at that point you couldn't afford to build your home. And to some people, even at this moment, they are still living in a rented apartment because they couldn't afford to build their own house. So affordability is one of the major reasons why people rent, and that is one of the major reasons why people will still continue to rent. Affordability. It is more affordable for me to pay a rent of, let's say, 1 million naira monthly, 1 million naira yearly, than to cough out, let's say, 50 million naira to build a house and live there. Can you see why people will still continue to rent? Because if you live around Ikeja, if you live in a place, let's say in Ikeja, you will need at least nothing less than a million or 1.5, 2 million, depending on the situation of the house, for you to get a house in Ikeja. And if you want to build a house in Ikeja also, you have nothing less than 50 million. So it is more affordable for me to rent than for me to pay. So I'll for a very good number of times I will continue to be renting, pending the time I will have enough money to say, okay, I want to build my own house. So another reason why people rent is, at times you need something for a one-time usage. You need something for just one-time usage. So you, even at times, even if you can afford to buy it, but for the fact that you just need it for one time. Let's for example, you want to do a party and you are expecting guests like 100. Even if you can afford to buy 100 chairs, even if you can afford to buy 100 chairs, does not make sense, does not make economical sense to say you want to go and buy 100 chairs just because you need it for one day. It makes sense for you to go and rent from someone and you're getting a fraction of that. Instead of you buying it for, let's say, 50,000, you can rent it for, let's say, 15,000. It makes sense because you just need it for one time. So another reason why people rent is because they need those items for just one time. It's not something they need all the time. They just want that if you are doing a birthday is once in a year. If you are doing maybe a wedding is once in a lifetime. Most cases, yeah, most cases wedding is once in a lifetime. So, you know, when you look at the usage, you find out that, okay, it makes sense for me to go and rent than to go and buy. Another example is if you are building your house and your bricklayer said you need a scaffolding. They give you an option that you can buy or you can rent. And when they give you the cost of buying a scaffolding and they give you the cost of renting it, it makes sense for you to say, let me just rent, since I just want to use it for one time, just for this project. I don't think I will need it again. So those are the reasons why people rent. When they look at the affordability, they look at just one time usage. Like in my own business too, where I'm into audiovisual, I rent all kind of audiovisual equipment. Some people, they have a seminar just one time. It save it save them time, it save them money to just come to us to rent and use it for their event, than saying, okay, you want to go and buy a projector of 150,000 because you just have one event just for just one day. So, wow, those are some of the reasons why people rent, and this reason will always be there. That is just the truth of the matter. And another reason why people rent is because they need large quantity. When they need large quantity of those items, even if they have some, there's some parties where I've also attended some. I also uh, had some party in my home house, maybe a room party celebrating my children's birthday, and we had some chairs in our house, but we felt like the chairs we have won't be enough. We have some, but the one we have is not enough for the guests, so we have to go and rent outside to supplement what we have. So when people need large quantity, and I'm talking about, this might apply to most of the rental items. This applies to most of the rental items. At times you might need more. For example, how we have a lot of customers coming to us that rent laptops from us. A lot of organization, very reputable organization. Not that they don't have laptops in their office, but the quantity they need is more than what they have. So definitely they have to rent. So definitely they have to rent. They have to come to people like us who have it in large quantity and provide it for them. Another reason why people rent is maybe because the one they have is damaged or faulty. It happens at times when maybe they want, like, okay, for example, a projector. Some churches use projector, event center, training room. They use projector for most of their trainings. Imagine if their projector got damaged and they have maybe their chairman or their CEO wants to do a meeting with them and he wants to use the projector. And this has happened a lot of times, where clients called us to say, okay, can you make your projector available for us, because we have a meeting going on and we don't know what's wrong with our projector, it's not coming up. And that has happened so many times. So why people rent at times because the one they have is damaged or it's faulty or it's not just working. So they want a quick fix. They want something very urgent. So, and in that case, rental business is coming in for us. Business is coming in for us from some of these reasons we have here. And another one why people rent is, you know, backup. This happens majorly in event. When you are into events businesses, you find that people make provision for backup. Life events you can't afford to mess up. Someone once shared a story with us that he's an event planner and he was having an event at one of these big hotels in Lagos, and in the during the program, the generator shut down and they were battling it with the generator for the next 25 minutes. And in that program, have a lot of high caliber of people, in that event, chairmen of companies, CEOs, you know, big personalities in that event, and it was such a messed up for the planner. So he said from that day he has made up his mind that whenever he's going to plan any event, he's going to make rooms for backup. He's going to make rooms for backup. Either it's generator, either it's the projector, either it's laptop, all those electronics. He's going to make backup for them. So, you know, people rent items because not because they don't have, but they just want a standby backup for their event. Okay, another reason why people rent, at times people rent for convenience sake, you rent for convenience, and this has happened so many times. Even in my own business, uh, I've had a lot of people maybe they are coming from Abuja. Yeah, a client has called me some time ago and they said, I'm coming to Lagos for an event. And the truth of the matter is this, I just want to come to Lagos and just do my presentation. You provide me with laptop, you provide me with projector, you provide me with screen. So what I'm just coming with is just my flash drive, then plug it to your laptop, then do my presentation and go back. You know, at times, not because people don't have all these items, but for convenience sake, for convenience. Even this happens also to churches, when churches are having a crusade, they're having a concert. Most times they have most of these items in their church, but they don't want to go through the stress of removing screen, removing their sound, everything, moving from their church, moving to the concert ground. They just want a company that can just provide them all the items and they have a fantastic event. You know, at times when why people rent, for convenience, they don't want to go through the stress. And for the fact I don't want to go through the stress, that is the business for us. Yeah, it might not be because they don't have the items, they have it, but they don't want to go through the stress, and that is how business comes for us. Why people rent at times might be for expert advantage. Even recently, someone called me that they want to do an event and they want to rent like 10. They want to rent like 10 TVs, but they don't know how to synchronize everything to be showing the same thing, and that's where we come in. Not that they don't have TVs in the office, but they don't know how to go about it to make sure that everything works perfectly, to make sure that everything is showing exactly what they want to project. And that's how we come in, because they want to leverage on our own experts. So, when you put all this together, you find that those are the reasons why people, one way or the other, they come out to say, okay, we want to rent this thing. You go, they're looking for people who can provide all these services for them. And wherever you are, wherever your state, wherever you are living, some of these things are the reason why people will need your services. So I would like to share here with 7 advantages of rental business over other businesses. You know, rental business uh, have advantages over other businesses, and one of the main one of the main advantage of rental business is it is very very easy to start. It is easy to start. You can start with no capital. You can start, you know, with little or no capital at all. But with the right adequate information, you can start your rental business. Even today, if you have the right adequate information, even today you can start your rental business. Rental business can give up to 1,000 return on investment. And by saying this, I'm not kidding. It's something that has happened to me in 2010 when I started my rental business. I bought a particular item in 2011. I bought that item for like 18,000, and you know up till now I still have that product. I'm still using it. In fact, next week I'm still going to use it again. Imagine, uh, imagine. As a matter of fact, I rent this item for 10,000 naira. If I use it for a day, I rent for 10,000 naira. Let's even assume I'm renting for 5 times in a year. Let's assume I'm renting for 5 times in a year. So for 10 years, for a year, that means 50,000. And for 10 years, that's 500,000. And which I'm telling you, I'm not kidding, I've generated more than 500,000 from that one item alone. And up to date, I still have the item. If I decide to sell that item again, I will not sell it nothing less than maybe 20,000 or 25,000. Another good advantage, another good side of rental business is you don't need to open an office to start, and that is just the truth. when I started my own business, I started from where I was living. In fact, we are even in that room, we have like more than 4 persons sleeping in that room. So that was where I started, in my room. I started in my room, and from there, I moved to a shared office. I moved into a shared office, and from that shared office, I moved into a 3 bedroom apartment on Harlem. So that is the beauty of rental business. You don't need an office to start, but as you progress, you might have a need to have an office. It depends on your choice, because I do some other business. That's why I feel okay, I need to have a corporate address and corporate office. Another good advantage of rental business is it's not time consuming. Yes, rental business is not time consuming. You don't have to be there all your time. You don't have to be there to make it work. We have a lot of people who come to our office to rent our equipment. They will rent it, they will come and take it from our office, they will go and use it, and after they finish using it, they will bring it back to us and they will pay. So it's not something that is time consuming. Most rental business, they are not time consuming. They are something that you know you might not be present for it to function. Another good side of rental business is the risk level is very minimal. The risk level is very, because when you buy any items, the items remain with you. So even if you are not making sales, if you are not making sales, you might decide to sell your items and get your money back. It's not something that you buy or something that you own and it is useless, it is wasted, or it's expired. No, when it comes to rental business, in fact, the longer you keep it, the better, because the truth is inflation will always comes in, because when you buy an item in the, let's say, 5 years ago for 10,000, this year that items cannot be sold for 10,000 again. So even if you decide to sell it some years later, you still make some profit on it. Another good example, a very good advantage of rental business is that you can make money while sleeping. Like I said earlier, some people come to our office. I had a client who rented uh, 20 laptops from us for like 3 weeks, and we delivered to them, we set up for them. After that, the laptop was with them, they were using it, and after 3 weeks, they returned it to us. So while we are doing other things, our equipment was working and we are sleeping, so to say. So rental business is the kind of business you can do even while you are sleeping. Your equipment are working for you and you are there doing some other things. And then another very good side point about rental business, good advantage about rental business is you can start immediately, even today. If after getting all this information, if you decide to start today, you can start. Even if you don't have the equipment, that's why I say you need to get adequate information, adequate right information, then you start. So even if you want to start today, what you just need to do is this: get somebody who owns, who is doing a business already. Get somebody who is doing a business already. Talk to him, negotiate with him. Okay, I want, if I get a customer for you, what will be the commission for me? Or just tell them, okay, if you are getting this thing for me, how much? He tell you the price. You go outside, do your marketing, do your stuff. You can add your own money to it, or you take commission. So by the time you start immediately and your business is growing, you will be forced to go and buy your own equipment. And that's just the beauty of it. You can test the market before starting it. You can test what is obtainable before go and buy your own equipment. So that's why I say you can start immediately. It's just for you to make that decision. Okay, this is what I want to go into. This is the sector I want to go into, and you get the person who is already into it. Talk to him, ask him questions, then you start your own business. So I'll be telling you different kind of rental business sectors. You know why I have this? You just not to put everything together. So rental business they are into sector. So it's for you to choose a particular sector and pitch your tent there and work towards getting better. So it is always very important to just be in one sector. For a start, be in one sector. Maybe as the market is going, as you look, you study your environment, study your situation, you can move into other sector. But I would advise start with one sector. And I have like 7 sectors here, 7 type of profitable rental business sectors, which anybody can do anywhere you find yourself. Either you are in Abuja, you are in Port Harcourt, you are in Kaduna, you are in Ondo, you are in Enugu, Onitsha, Abia, anywhere you find yourself. All these business, all these rental business sectors is applicable, and people need it. That is just the truth. People need all these services. They need all these items for their daily activities. So the first one I have here is property sectors. We have house, warehouse, office. If you are not into, if you are not, you don't have a privy information into some of these items, you might think they are not profitable. But people who are there, for example, house, everyday people look for house. It's a rental business, and you know when you are into property rental business, it's one of the business that is very, very lucrative. Like I said, it's an evergreen business. Rental business is an evergreen business. It has been there for a very long time, and some of us have been patronizing it. We don't know. Rental business is as a property business is a rental business. So you can go into property and you might make it just housing to be your niche. You might make house warehousing to be. If you stay in a place like Lagos, you will agree with me like warehousing is a very essential uh, is a very essential property for so many people, so many business people, most of the people who have who have you know goods, because the essence of warehouse is this. When you have a large quantity of goods, the truth is this: you might not be able to put everything in your office. So that is where warehousing comes in. Where your office is, most times you won't have that long, you won't have that big space to keep your items. So that is where, so most companies that have warehouse, they have a warehouse somewhere and they have their corporate office somewhere. So it might be a niche that you might be looking into. Just focus on warehouses. Focus on warehouse. You might, business is about spotting opportunities and you know creating, making, creating. At times some people have a very big space and they don't know what to do with it. You can talk to them, talk to the owner of the property, because you can turn this item to a warehouse. Instead of you allowing to lay waste, you can turn it to a warehouse where people who have large goods, large products, they can just keep it there. Then collect your rent. You collect rent from it. Office space is another uh, rental business or property sector. Office space, event center. You know, as a matter of fact, I've done event center rental before. When at the beginning of my business, had a lot of people, even up to now, people still call me. They ask me that, can you help us get up? Okay, we want to do events and we need event center which we can use. That is why that is what you prompted me to start the event center rental business then. And when I did it then, I made some couple of money. Yes, I make some cool money from it. As a matter of fact, somebody called me. Uh, then somebody called me to. The guy was calling from outside Lagos. I think maybe in Abia State. I can't remember the exact state he was calling from. He said he need a venue in Lagos. He wants to hold a seminar. That he need a venue. That I should get a venue for him. And I look out. I went out. I searched and I got one for him. I sent in the picture, everything. I gave him the contact, the address of everything. And to my surprise, the guy asked me to, why I was coming up. Well, when I started that business, I didn't really have so much information about it. So I was just doing it my own way. And to my surprise, the guy asked me for my account number and he sent 10,000 naira just to get the office space, the venue for him. He sent 10,000 naira to me. So there's so many property rental business that somebody can go. Office space is part of it. There's another one that is coming up now. A lot of people are into it. Short let, it's like a house that has everything, a living house that have everything. People rent it out for days, for 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 1 week, and it's a kind of property rental business that is coming up because now people prefer short let to hotel because when you're in a short let, you have so much privacy for yourself, and most even artists, all the celebrities, they prefer short let to saying they are going to a hotel. So you can have, if you have somebody that have it, you can promote it, you can market for the person, or if you have any that you think, people there, there's people maybe are traveling to Kaduna, traveling to Abuja, they might not want to go and spend so much money on the hotel. If you can provide them a very comfortable space, they will be interested in it. So short let is one of the rental business, property rental business that is, coming up gradually. It's coming up gradually. Another one is virtual office. Virtual office. Most business need virtual office. They just want a physical address for their business, that where people can come to them and ask them that, okay, is this person office? Where to just give them credibility. Farmland, people rent farmland. That is a known fact. People rent farmland if you want to farm. If you have a land and you are not making use of it, there's some people who are looking for farmland. You can rent it out for them to use, and with time, the land appreciates and the land is still your own, and you collect rental payment on it, and the land is still your own. Open field, people use open field for parties. Open field maybe is in a neighborhood, a developed neighborhood, and people doing parties. You can be the one renting it. So we'll go to another sector. Another sector we have here is party and event center. This is very, very lucrative, and for you to know that party and event center is very lucrative, is for you to, in your environment, in your vicinity, just look out for the numbers of events that happens every day. Look out for the number of events that happens every, or just go to popular event center around your neighborhood and see how often they have event there. And the truth of the matter is this: most of what you see in that venue, they are rental items. Majority of even the venue, when you're having any event, yeah, the venue is rented. The chairs, the tables, most of what you have in that venue is rented. So party and event sector is very lucrative, and it is going to be more lucrative because these days we have various kind of parties. People plan different kind of parties, and there's no how little the event will be, one way or the other, they will rent something because they can't have everything for themselves. So another rental business sector is transportation. Yes, transportation. Like I mentioned in my intro, that at times we might be patronizing a rental business, but we might not know because of the layers of people involved. So, let's take for example a car business now, a transportation business. Majority of people who run transportation business, they're not the owner of the bus, they're not the owner of the car. The car, they go out and hire it from the owner. They come to us. They come to people to transport them from one location to another. They collect money, and after that, they give returns to the owner of the business. So transportation business is also a rental business. It's a rental business and it's profitable. Like I said earlier on, that rental business is an evergreen business. It was profitable in the past, it is profitable now, and it's going to be profitable in the future. And all these businesses that you see, they have been there for a very long time and they'll still continue to be there. Transportation is part of our life. Transportation is going to be profitable anytime, any day. Another sector is sport and game sector. For some people who are very interested in sports, who do another kind of sports, this is a sector. Those actually some of this sector, they are just coming up. They're just coming up, but they're also they're coming up on their own pace and they're doing well. I've attended some events where you can't do a kids party and not have some of these items there. You can't do a kid party and not have games. You have video games, bouncing castle, table soccer, table tennis. You can't have kid games and not kids party and not have some of these items. In fact, there's some corporate organization, if they are having maybe end of the year party or get together party, a bonding event, they will always have some of these equipment, some of these items, just to spice up the event. Yeah, number five type of profitable rental business sector. This is audiovisual sector, and this is the sector I belong to. This is the sector I have been operating for the past 9 years, and I must tell you, it is also very, very lucrative. In this sector, we rent all kinds of things, and that's why I said in some of my introduction, in some of my write-up, that some of these items you have them at home. You have some of them at home. Like I said, that you have some of them at home. Majority of us have TVs at home. Yes, and majority of events, many events these days, they make use of TVs for their events, for exhibition, for display, for all kind of things. As a matter of fact, when I started renting TVs, I started with the TV I have at home. A client just called me and said they need a TV. I said, you need TV. Okay. I said, okay, I'll get back to you. I talked about it. I have a TV at home. I said, so I just called the man. I said, yes, there's a TV, 42 inches. And that was how I started renting TV, from the one I have at home. From there, I bought another one. And as of today, we have more than 15 different type of TVs: 65 inches, 60 inches, 50 inches, 42 inches, starting from the one I have at home. So there's some of the items you have at home. As a matter of fact, the furniture you have at home, some people need it for their event. Yes, when you go for events, if really you want to go into events rentals, when you go to an event, observe what you see there. observe what you see around. So if they can rent it from somebody, definitely if your own is available, somebody can also rent from you. Event now, they rent furnitures, they rent tables, chairs, laptops. So some of these items, if you look closely, if you look very well, you find that you have some of them at home. TVs, projector, laptop, LED stream, those are audiovisual sectors. Mixer, keyboards, these are items you can find. There are many, many more of them. There's some that, you know, also there's what we call B2B in rental business, expert to expert. Like some people, maybe they want to do a shooting and they need more light. They might they'll go and meet somebody who they know is also into that business. And the person will rent it for them at a cost, at a price. You rent it for them at a price. So all these items, they are things that people use from time to time. They use it from, at times some people might have like 2 to 3 events in a day, and what they have will not be enough. So they have to look out for other colleagues who are also into the business to get the items from them. Another sector is a medical sector. You know, this why I put this one also there. I put it in my presentation is this. There was a time where one of my neighbor talked to us about, when he delivered a baby. He talked to us that, she delivered a premature baby. So in the process, the hospital was looking for incubator to keep the child, and they said maybe the one the hospital had was faulty, so they need to get from somewhere. So they were just calling one hospital from one hospital to another before they could get one to uh, give them their own incubator. So that don't mean that means these items could be available for rental. That could be your own uh, part of the business. That okay, let me just focus on having some of these items that the hospital might not have at times, or like some of the reason why we say why they may have, it might be 40. They might have, it might not be enough. They might have other patients. Maybe they have 2 or 3, and they have like 3 to 4 patients that who needs the item. So those are the why that they will always come for people from people who are also into rental business in that sector. I hope you are getting my point and you are seeing some of the reasons why that why is very important. Why that why is playing out in why people would need uh, those items. Another part of rental business is the building and construction sector. If you believe with me, if you agree with me that building and construction sector is also a very, very lucrative sector, though it's capital intensive, but it's also a very, very, very lucrative part of rental business sector. And we have like bulldozer, concrete mixer, concrete cutter, companies that are into construction, or a startup company, they will need some of these items for their uh, construction. When you look at why people must rent, why companies must rent, affordability. If you are starting up a business, you will not be able to afford all the items, all the equipment at once. So it is for the renterpreneur to have a particular product, to have a particular equipment that he knows is very useful, that it is good, that people will always have a need for it. And you can't have all these items like concrete mixer. You can't want to do any construction now, any building project now. You must hire a concrete mixer. You must hire some of these items. Yes, it might not be open to you. That's why I said with rent all these items, you might not pay for it as a service, but those guys will go and rent it on your behalf. You go and rent it from somewhere on your, they might tell you that okay, we're going to bring concrete mixer, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, we're going to, they might not have it also, but they will go and hire it on your behalf. So that's why I said earlier that we patronize some of this business, but they are not open to us because of the layers of people, the layers of process involved. Stone crusher, scaffolding, ladder, these are things that people use for construction. And construction, building projects, all this kind of thing, there's something that is going on. There's nowhere you go to that you will see maybe a construction going on. It's a very profitable business, and you can start with what you have. You can start, in partnering with somebody who is already there. Others rental business ideas and that's available is bakery. I've heard of people renting bakery, fish pond, block industry. There's some events now. If they want to do it, they like what they use is live flour, not even artificial flour. They will tell you they want live flower. That's why some of these people who plant flowers, who sell flowers, live flowers, that's where some of them make money also. Because when the event planner or people like that need it, they go and make them to rent the flower. They do the business, everybody is happy. Decoration items, cooling van. Let me speak more on the bakery. I have a friend who is a bakery consultant, and one of the things he does is he help people to set up a bakery. And some people they want to start a bakery business, but they don't have all the capital to buy equipment, to set up, to buy the raw materials. So he always advised them that okay, if you can't afford to build your own bakery, to buy this, buy that, why can't you go and rent? Why can't you go and rent? Then you can do your production, sell, and as your market, improves, you can plan on setting up your own bakery, and that's a very good way to start business. If you can't afford to start it big, that's why I say knowledge is very, very important. Knowledge is very key in whatever you want to do. And as a matter of fact, if capital is the reason why you have not started a business, you need to talk to an expert to advise you. When you talk to an expert, they might have different view, they might have other opinion that might not be open to you, that might solve your problem of capital. And these my friends, when he advise people like that, and they are happy, and some of them are started that way, and they have moved to their own bakery, as in their own place that where they can start their own production from beginning to end. I've had people also rent fish pond. Some people they start a fish pond, it's not doing well, and they abandon it. And other people who have mastered the heart of this business, they come to them that okay, can you rent this fish pond for them? Who will manage it and who will be paying for you? Who will be paying you rent on it? So these are, why I'm sharing all this is it might not be bakery, it might not be fish pond, it might not be block industry, but you should be able to apply to what is peculiar to you. You should be able to apply to what you have available. That's the essence of this training. Yes, I might not mention what is applicable to you, but you know what is applicable to you. You can look at what is available in your environment. You might not be the owner, that's a good thing about rental business. You don't have to be the owner. You can suggest. In business, every business person wants more money. So I have not seen any business that a marketer will come to you and say, I want to help you market your business, and you will say no. I have not seen. So it is left for you to look at your environment, look what is available, talk to the person. Talk to the person, and the owner of the business, the owner of the asset or the building is happy, you are happy, and everybody makes money. When it comes to rental business, it's a win-win situation. It's a win-win situation. So you need to know what is applicable to you, what is available in your own environment. So who can start a rental business? As a matter of fact, almost everybody can start a rental business. Are you a student? Are you an employee? Are you self-employed? Are you housewife? Are you house husband? There's something that is also trending now called house husband. Are you a house husband? Maybe you lost your job or something, and you're always at home. Your wife is always going to go outside. You're the one doing the house chores. So you can see how you can start a rental business, even with what you have at home. What you have at home. By the time you look at what you have available in your environment or in your environment, you can start your rental business from there. Are you retired but not tired? You can also start a rental business. You can start a rental business. As a matter of fact, you can start a rental business and employ somebody who will run it for you. So how to start rental business with little or no capital? Yes, this is very, very important, and I want you to pay close attention to it. I want to pay very rapt attention to this particular section. How to start rental business with little or no capital. As a matter of fact, I started my own rental business with just 5,000 naira. Yes, I started with just 5,000 naira in 2010. And how did I start? I went to a training. I went to a training, and the person that the trainer told us of how we can know what people are looking for online. I think I've shared these stories with some of my people. I always share it in any of my training. I that's why it's always very good for you to attend training from time to time. You know, the whole training may not be meaningful to you. It just section of it might be what would transform your life. That is why it is always very important. Don't look at it, you're wasting your money. Don't look at it, you're wasting your time. You are not wasting your time, you're not wasting your money. You are investing in yourself, you are investing in your future. I didn't attend that training, I won't be doing what I'm doing today. I ran the training, and the person told us how we can know what people are looking for online. And that was the beginning of my business. That was the beginning of my business. So I went online, I checked how many people are looking for places to rent online. And when I saw the number of people, it was done on me that okay, this is a good business. And how did I start? At that point in the time, I don't have creator, I don't have anything. So I look out for somebody who has it. I look out for somebody who has the equipment already. He has the projector, he has the screen. So I told him, I want to rent a projector. He told me the price. He said it's 5,000 naira. So he told me it's 5,000 naira. I told the person who wants to rent it from me, I told him 10,000 naira. And I can still remember my first business, my first rental business. It was at Festac in Lagos. first track in Lagos SD Event Center. So on Saturday, I took the projector there, and as a matter of fact, I didn't even know how to use the projector there. So when I had a problem, I had to call the person who gave it to me, and he explained, and from there began to learn more and more and more, and now I'm here today. So middleman strategy application is what you can use in rental business, and this one will not cost you any money, it will not cost you anything. You know, what it will not cost you is just knowledge, your knowledge, the application, and the knowledge application and how to get a customer. Rental business, as I said, you can start with little or no capital. In fact, if you have a very good relationship with the person can, even if you don't have money with you and you have very good relation, you have a very good reputation, the person can give it to you, and when you collect your money, then you can pay. You can pay him. Yes, I've done that for some people. They will tell you, okay, I don't have the money, but as soon as I collect money from my customer, I'll come and give you. And when I look at them, okay, this person is reliable, he keeps doing work, then I'll give it to them. And that's why I said you can, when you make use of middlemen strategy. In fact, when it comes to using middlemen, you might not even be the one to do the job yourself. You can, when you know the price the person is rendering a service, you can tell him, okay, you deliver to this place for me, you collect the money, or you ask, okay, let's go to this place together. They will go with the equipment. When you get there, they pay you, you pay them. Yes, that's happened. I've done it for some people, and I've still doing that up to today. The middleman application, you just be a middleman between the person who wants this equipment and the person who wants to rent. And if you can manage the situation very well, it's going to be a successful one. And that is how I started my own business. That was how I started, and up to today, I still make use of that strategy because as I live in Lagos, I do business outside Lagos. I do business in Abuja. I do business in Port Harcourt. I do business in Kaduna, outside Lagos, and I make use of the same strategy. I had a couple of people in Abuja. Anytime I have an event, I just call them. Okay, deliver this also item to this person. I give them the address, the number, they deliver, the person pay me, then I pay them. So rental business is a business you can start with little or no capital, but with adequate information to go about it. And number two of starting rental business with how you can start rental business with little or no capital is you can do what we call rent to own. Rent to own. Like I said I make use of rental business middleman strategy, but I was renting from somebody. So at a point when I look at, okay, the business is moving, I'm getting renters almost frequently. So I discussed with the owner of the equipment. I said, sir, if I want to buy these items, how much will you sell it for me? And he told me the price, and I said, okay, sir, I don't have this item now, but what you will do for me is this: I will keep the items with you. Anytime I have a need for it, I'll come and pick it. So it won't be as if I'm renting it from you. It will be I'm paying the owners. And the person agreed with me. And after I've done that for some couple of days, I was able to pay for the items, and everybody was happy. As a matter of fact, I will show you. Let me show you my first. As a matter of fact, this is my first projector I bought in 2010. I bought this item for 40,000. I did what we call rent to own, and you can see the projector is still mine. I still have it, and this projector has really worked for me. this method have really worked for me, and like I said earlier, that it has generated more than 2,000 return on investment for me. This method I'm seeing here, yes, that's generated more than 2,000 return on investment, and actually have it here. If I still want to sell it today, I will still be able to sell it. Yeah. So these are strategy you can use in rental business, and that's one of the reasons why we said it is easy. It is, to start rental business, you can start with little or no capital. Like this one, I said I don't have that money to purchase the item then, but with the help of the rent to own, I was able to own my own protector. So I would like to discuss also about how you can combine your how you can combine your 9 to 5 also with rental business. How you can for some of you who have a business, maybe you are thinking of how you can transit from employee to self-employed. I once I like I said, I resigned voluntarily for my job. That means I sacked my boss, so to say, and I moved from there to starting my own business, and from there I'm now an employer of labor. I have like 5 to 6 people working with me. I have some working part time, but I have like 5 staff in my office. So how to combine 9 to 5 hustle with your rental business? And let me state this here. There are some places you work that is not allowed, and I won't tell you to do any shady things. If you want to start a rental business, if it's going to conflict with the policy of your company, please don't do it. If it's going to conflict with your concentration, with your, you're going to have issue with your interest at the office, it's better you don't do it, or do it weekends. But it is also very good to discuss with your boss, discuss with your employer that I'm planning to start a rental business. Can I do it? Alright. So you can combine, if it's allowed, you can combine 9 to 5 with your rental business. Like what I said, when you get the customer, the person you are partnering with can be the one to supply, set up, do everything. Like I said, I do events, I do rentals in Abuja. I'm not in Abuja. So at the same time, you might be working, you might also just do your marketing, do your publicity, and when people call you, you just tell the person, okay, go and deliver this item to this so person, do this on my behalf, and it is workable. It's something that can be done. I have done it several times, and I'm still doing it. And a lot of people have done it for me too, and we're still doing it. There are a lot of people that call us. I need a projector for my client. I need something for my client. Go and deliver it. Don't discuss with them about price. If they discuss, ask you anything about price, tell them to call me. Yes, they give us that notice. And when we go, we don't discuss anything about price because it is not our business. Our business is we deliver. The payment is handled by the person who called us. So I think that is detailed enough. You can combine the 9 to 5 retail business. You can make use of that middleman strategy. You get a customer, the owner of the business, person in business itself, go and do it. And as the time grows, when you now maybe you have your own equipment, you have your own equipment that you use, you can employ somebody. So whenever you have a business, you just ask the person, yeah, take it to this place. when you have any business, you can say take it to different, and by the time maybe the business grows to a certain level, you can resign from your job. You can take it as your full-time job. And also how to include rental business into your present business. One thing about an entrepreneur, we always want to, expand our course. We want to earn more. We want to get more businesses. So if you look at the business you have right now, you know, maybe you have a space in your office that you don't normally use. You can turn it to a rental business. You can advertise people to come and hold seminar there. You can, advertise for people to come and do. If you have a space in your office and you don't normally use it, you can come and do training, you can come and do photo shooting, people can come and do interview, you can set it up as a studio. Yes, in fact, that is what I'm doing. I'm also planning to do right now. I have my office. I want to turn it into a studio. I want to turn it into a studio where we can shoot a live TV, where you can shoot a TV and we promote it online. So after I've done that, I'll also be, you know, advertising it to people. You can come and shoot your maybe interviews, or you want to do any production. You can make use of our office and you pay for it. So that's how you can also look at what you have, maybe the business you have. You can see where you can include better business into it, and by that you make more money. There's always a room for rental business in whatever you do. So it's just for you to look at what you can accommodate. Uh, there's some office that they have so much space. You can partition it and rent it out. There's some people who know, like I said earlier, that when I started my business, I started from a shared office. And what I meant by shared office is, you know, it's an office, an open space. So the man have already partitioned it. So we have like 4 to 5 office space there. So when you enter into that building, we have like 5 businesses. So when you enter and you ask, who are you, which company are you going, they just direct you, go to this place. So if you have such a space and it's not so uh, profitable to you, you can partition your office space and let people come and use it, and you get your rental income from it. How to choose a profitable rental business sector that aligns with your passion, talent, career, and experience. This is very, very important, and I would like us to pay very close attention to this. You know, one of the first success you make is for you to choose a sector that aligns with your passion, because if it does not align with your passion, you might find it difficult selling it. Can I repeat again? If the rental business sector you choose does not align with your passion, with your talent, you might struggle in it. So you need to understand your passion, you need to identify your talents, and evaluate your experiences. As a matter of fact, you can start a business from your experience. The example I shared earlier of my friend that is now a breaking consultant. He was doing that because of the experience he had, and he shared a story that, by the time that time when we are in school, whenever we are on holiday, whenever we are on maybe on strike, he will go and work at a bakery, you know, a, a bakery, a bread bakery. That's where we go and spend his holiday. And from there, he was learning, he was learning, he was learning, he was learning. So, and that's what prompted him to be a big consultant, because he has worked there for a number of years. He has known how to do the production, he has known all the equipment needed, he has known everything. So he was able to start a business. He was able to start a rental business because of the experience he has. He was starting a rental business, I told you that he was getting a rental business. He was getting a bakery for people where they can start their business, a bread business. He was getting a space for them at a bakery that they can rent and start their own production. And I also have another friend who I also know somebody also who uh, started a rental business from his own experience. He was a driver. He knows how to drive. He enjoyed driving, and when things didn't work well for him again, he was working somewhere again, so he was sacked. Then while I'm trying to evaluate his experience, what experience do you have? I realized that okay, he can drive. He likes driving, and he has even trained people on how to drive. And a couple of times he has taken people out of Lagos. So I suggest to him, why can't you start a hire business, a car hire business, where people call you the hire business, the hire car, and the business has been very lucrative. At times when you are not into business, you will know how lucrative it is. You know how lucrative a business is by the numbers of people that call you for that service. That's how you know how lucrative a business is, by the numbers of people that call you from time to time for that business. So this person, yeah, started the business, and that is what he's doing presently to feed his family and himself. He hires car, hire bus. He don't like I said earlier, he doesn't you don't have to be the owner of all these items. It's for you to know somebody who owns it, partner with them, market it for them. They give you their price. Maybe you top it up or you collect a commission. Anyone that works for you. And he has been doing this, and now he was able to get his own vehicle. So you can relate with your passion, your talent, your experience. For some people who have talent, maybe they have talent playing instrument. Yeah, you can start a business from that. There are a lot of others who want to have they can't afford to buy these items now, but they want to use it. So if you have talent in it, you can use it, you can rent it for them, you can train them how to use it. So you see that's how you can turn your talent into a rental business. If you know how to play keyboard, you know how to play drum set. As a matter of fact, people rent drum set. If you go through the why that we have earlier, you'll find that people you rent drum set, they rent drum set, they rent keyboard, they rent piano, they rent trumpet, all those kind of things, they rent it. So if you are someone who's very good into that in that area, and you have different kind of trumpet, you find that for the fact that you are good, you are talented in it, people will come to rent from you. So that's why I said you need to understand your passion, identify your talents, and evaluate your experience, and you can start a rental business from there. How to turn a failed business into profitable rental business. Wow, this is also very, very critical. This is very essential. And let me say this now. Yes, you might not have a business that has failed, but you might know somebody who has a business that has failed. It might be your cousin, it might be your uncle, it might be your dad, it might be your friend, maybe somebody that you know that has a business that has failed. You can see how you can bring out a rental business out of it. A very good example is the example of the bakery I mentioned earlier. Some people who have bakery business, they started bakery business, but maybe because they can't manage it very well, or they don't know the nitty-gritty yet of how to run the business, and they do it for sometimes, they are not making profit, they abandon it. And people like that, you can suggest to them, why can't you be renting it out? Those businesses, they have all the equipment intact. Somebody who has a renter, who has a bakery, who has done bakery business before, must have all the equipment in place. So you can suggest for that person that, why can't you turn this business? It might not be a bakery, it might be something else. Why can't you turn it into a rental business and just get people to come and use it instead of you managing it? Why can't you call people, like a barbering salon? I've seen people use this method for barbering salon. They they have a space, they beautify the place, they put chairs, they put everything. They just rent space, they just rent chairs for all those guys. So for them, it's a business. For the guy, for the owners of that salon, it's a rental business because he's just collecting rent from them. So there, you can apply this in so many ways. If you know anybody who has a failed business, it might not be a failed business, it might be a thriving business, but you look at it, okay, we can carve out a rental business from it. You can suggest to the person, you can discuss with the person, and he is happy, you are happy, everybody is happy. When you are into rental business, there you have, as a matter of fact, your target audience might be everybody, but most cases, like me now, my target audience are individual who wants to do events, who wants to do a party, who wants to celebrate birthday. They are our target audience. People who want to, our target audience also corporate bodies, NGO. Our target audience is also people who are also into the same business with us. People who are into the same business with us, because at times you might have an event, you might have multiple events in one day. So instead of you overstretching yourself, or you can just say, okay, you go and handle this location. So while we go and concentrate in another location, or we might say, okay, you might just rent the items from them, then we'll go and use it. So our target audience are very, very wide when it comes to rental business, individual, corporate bodies, NGO, business to business, people into the same business with you. You can. That's why it is always very good for you to network with people in the same business with you, because you might have something they don't have, and you might have something they don't have. So it's also a very good place to start a business. So basic knowledge you need to start a rental business. The number one very important is you must have a vast knowledge of a sector, wherever sector you want to choose. The sector which we analyzed earlier, property, events and party sectors, audiovisual. You must have vast knowledge of it. You must have knowledge of those equipment, those items. You must be able to present yourself as an expert. The customer should not be the one lecturing you, giving you information about it. You should be the one giving the customer the information about it. Yes, when you start, you might be struggling, but you must make it a duty that you must get better. You must know more than the customer. So you must have product knowledge, and you must you must have the knowledge of the products and the functions, the prices you must have. You don't want somebody to call you and you are saying, I don't know the price yet. No. If you are telling the customer you don't know the price yet, you have missed the business. You must have variety, because people have different kind of budgets. You must have varieties. You tell them, okay, we have this one, we have this one, we have this one. So any one of them should be able to fit into their budget. I will always advise you have two lines, and if it is possible, don't let the two lines be on the same phone. You know why? Because if you lose, if your two lines are in the same phone and you lose, maybe you lost the phone one way or the other, or was stolen or damaged, you might have issue with some of your contacts and even people trying to get across to you. So it is always very good. I've lost my phone a couple of times, and you know, the savior I have is I have two phones. I have two lines for my business, and my two phones, my two lines are not on the same phone. So most time when people are trying to reach me on in particular line, they couldn't reach me, they will get me on the second line. And also you might have an email address. You know, when you're dealing more with corporate clients, they deal with, you know, they like doing making it official by email. You exchange your conversation through emails. If most of your clients are going to be corporate clients, I would advise you have an email. You have a website, you know, increase your credibility. Then you need to you need a business name. You need to have a very good business name. If you can register it, it's fine. Bank, you need to have a bank account, a corporate bank account. If you can't have a corporate bank account at the startup, but you must have it as part of your plan to have a corporate bank account if you are going to be dealing more with corporate clients, because most corporate clients will not pay you, they will not pay into your personal accounts. You know, it's one of those things that give you credibility, that give you edge over others when you have all these things in place, and you need to have equipment or you know where to get it. You know, that if you look at what I have here, phone number, email, website, equipment is the last thing I have here. So you need to know, you need to have it or you know where you can get it. And basic skill needed to succeed in rental business. You need to be honest. You need to be honest. You know, your clients need to be able to trust you. They need to be able to trust you. You need to be able to believe you. If you said, what I'm bringing you is white, let it be white. If you said it's black, let it be black. You need to be prompt. You know, if they said the event starts by 8, please be there before 8. Before 8, you need to be there before. You need to be prompt at your delivery. Attentive to details. When you are into rental, you need to be attentive to details. You know, at times of customers, they are very detailed. They are very detailed. They look at everything from end to. So you also need to be very attentive. If you are attentive, you might be in the heart of some clients. You know, the customer at times like people who are very attentive, who pay attention to details. You must be friendly and caring to your customers. You need to have good customer service. You must have a good marketing skill online, offline, wherever you can do your marketing. Basic skill needed to succeed in rental business: constant availability. You know, you have to make sure your items are always available. As that's why you need to have 2 to 3 partners. So if a customer call you and say, I need this, and you are not sure maybe your partner will have it, that's why you need to have 2 to 3 partners. So when they call you, you are very sure that, okay, if this person doesn't have it, this one will have it. If this person doesn't have it, this one will have it. Because customer want to relate with somebody, okay, somebody they can trust that, okay, he will deliver everything we have. So we don't need to be getting this from a company here, getting this from a company here. They want one person to be the one to handle everything for them. Also, as time goes on, you need to be, giving your customer a professional advice. Some of the time when some clients call me and they ask me that, we want to do events and we want to rent 500 lumens projector, I will ask them what kind of event. If you tell me the audience is like 50 people, the it's just a small event. I'll ask them, so why do you need to use a 5,000 lumens? They say, they don't know. They just think that's what they need. I said, a 2,700 lumens will be okay for you for a audience of 50 people. If your audience is like 1,000, 2,000, then you can talk about using 5,000 lumens. And doing that, I'm giving them a professional advice from my own angle. If they don't have other reason for using it, most of them will accept and say, yes, okay, that's fine. If it's going to work fine for us, bring that for us. So from time to time, you must offer your client a professional advice. Don't be greedy about it, because when you are greedy about it, it come back to come and haunt you. It will always come back to come and haunt you. So these are the basic skills you need to be successful in the rental business. Also, there's some business documents that you may need when you're starting up your rental business. You need a receipt. Like I said, I deal with corporate clients a lot, so that's why you need, some people will tell you, if you don't provide us a receipt, we are not paying you. Yes, that has happened to me. Things are better now because now you can send your receipt, you can send your invoice through email. But even at that, there are some companies in Nigeria today, they'll tell you they want the hard copy. Yes, in fact, one thing happened to me last December. I asked them, let me send an e-copy to you. He said no, that the company only accepts hard copy. But majority of people will accept e-copy, so you need to have a receipt, invoice, you need to have a business card. When you meet somebody, you can just give them your card. It's a marketing tool. If you have flyers that you can share, fine. You can do e-flyer, you can share online also. How to market your rental business? You can market your rental business by word of mouth. You can be telling people, tell people in your neighborhood, in your church, your friends, everywhere. You can tell them that I have this thing, and always have good pictures on your phone. Have good pictures of whatever you want to rent. Have it on your phone. Very good pictures. Good pictures, maybe why it was working, why the equipment is working, or just a plain picture. Always have the pictures. You can also do email marketing. Email marketing is one of the marketing tools that people use to market their products. So you can use to also market your rental business. SMS, you can send SMS to people. WhatsApp is now the main thing now. You can send WhatsApp message. Online, you can do your online marketing. There are some places you can do your free marketing. You can do your free marketing on Ireland. You can do it on GG, on Instagram, on Facebook, WhatsApp, YouTube. You can do your free marketing, and also you can also do paid adverts. Paid adverts on Google, Facebook, Instagram, Punch, maybe the newspaper or the online version. You can, depending on the kind of business you are doing, will determine where you think you can meet your audience. So other business that you can do, as times you can't start all this now, but as the business is growing, as your business is growing, these are other areas you can look out for. These are other areas you can look out for where you can generate quick cash in your rental business. Like for me, I'm into audiovisual, and one of the things that happened, in fact, those are the reason why what prompted me into sales of audiovisual equipment. Now I sell projectors, I sell sound system, I sell some what you call office items. I sell them, and how do I find myself selling it? Because it's as a result of customer telling us they want to buy something like this. They want to buy something. Can I supply it? Can I sell for them? So the same thing if you are into rental business. A time with some customer that maybe they have found out that okay, they will be needing this thing continuously. They'll just say, okay, I think it's high time we need to buy our own item. So sales is one of the area where you can also generate quick cash in rental business. Some item you are renting, some people might say they want to buy something like that. And also when you are into rental, you are into sales, there might be need for repair. You might be need for, like projectors now. Even people who don't buy from us, but because they see that we sell, we rent, they will believe that definitely we must also repair. And yes, we repair projector. Do I have to repair it myself? No. I have some couple of engineers that work with me. Whenever we have a projector, we give it to them, they fix it, and everybody is happy. Also, we do installation. It depends on your niche. It depends on your sector. All the service may be needed. Installation. I install projector, install some gadgets, install smart board, install uh, sound system in churches, in schools. These are things we do. Consulting and training. I do trainings for people on what I do on my audiovisual services. I do trainings for them. I consult for people, and also I write book. I write book on business. I'm doing this. This is part of what I'm doing. Writing a book, doing a online course is part of where you can also generate, because people need information from time to time. And how do they get those information? It is by writing a book, doing a video course like this, and making it available for them. So 12 marketing essential strategies and tips for rental business. When you are into rental business, you need to know some strategy for you to get into the market. And one strategy is for you to carve a niche for yourself. When you are starting up your rental business, I will advise you to carve a niche for yourself. Yes, as the business is growing, you might be putting your legs in some other niche, but I will advise you have a niche, be in a particular sector for a very long time, be known for that. Then you can spread your tentacles to other sector. Also, you need to set a smart goal when you're into you are into rental business and you want to succeed. You need to set goal for yourself. It's your goals that will drive you. It's your goals that will determine you are getting better or you're not getting better. You need to set a goal. Okay, I need to rent this also amount of things in a week, in a month, in a year. You need to set a goal. You need to set a smart goal. A goal that is specific, measurable, attainable, that is relevant and is timely. You need to set a smart goal. You need to become an expert in your chosen field. You need to become an expert in any field you choose. That is one of the edge you can have it in it. You need to become an expert. You need to target the correct audience. These are marketing tips for you. Target the correct audience. If I am I'm estate, I'm an agent, house agent, and I'm targeting people who are into events. Yes, I might make sales, but I may not make enough sales. So you need to know how to target the right audience. Like I said earlier, some of our audience are corporate bodies, uh, corporate bodies, individual business owners. So you need to target the right audience. You also need to network to other professionals in your field. You need to network to other professionals. Like me, I relate with people who are into photography, who want to do videography. I relate with event planners, because one way or the other, they might have information about somebody can come to them and say, do you know somebody who can do this? Because I have a relationship with them, they will refer us to them. You need to be honest and passionate about what you do. You need to be honest and passionate about what you do. You need to build partnership, partners with others, build partners with others in your field. Be partner, as in be in their environment, as in build a good business relationship with them. Never underestimate the power of social media. You need to be on social media. These days, clients will call you and they'll tell you, can you give us your Instagram account? So you need to have some of these accounts, and try and make it active. Yes, it's at times difficult. Like someone like me, at times it's very difficult for me uploading some of my pictures, but at least I have it on my WhatsApp. You can mix it, on my WhatsApp. Be everywhere, online and offline. You need to be visible. This is one of the things that give credibility for us as a company. You can go online and search for extra minds, and you will get our names in different platforms. You need to be visible online, offline. If you can do that, be visible. From time to time, you also need to offer free service. We still do it. We look at some reputable organization that can't promote our brand. We offer our service for them for free. Improve your business and marketing skill. From time to time, you need to review your marketing skill, build it, learn what you don't know and improve on what you know. Learn what you know, learn what is not working, improve on it, and improve on your marketing skills. Love your customers. It is very important. Love your customers. Be attentive to their needs. Care for their complaints. If you make errors, as in if you maybe you did an event for them and it wasn't what they planned for, apologize. Be sincere about it. Don't argue. Don't argue. Yes, if you have a point, you can say it, but don't, try to be holier than high, that we can't go wrong. Yes, things go wrong at times. Be faithful to them, love them. When you love them, they will feel that, they will see that in you, and they will be able to forgive whatever mistakes you must have done. As a matter of fact, recently we went to do one event at Civic Center, and it's my staff that goes there. They have packed everything. They pack every other item, but they forgot one item. So when the client got to know, he was angry, and in fact, he was telling them they should go home, go back to the office to go and pick it. And they were at that place maybe around 10. They were at the event center up to like 10 p.m. and was telling them they should go back home. I need to apologize to them that they will bring it first, because we are still coming there on that the second day. So I have to tell the client that, okay, sorry about it, but we'll bring it as early as possible. Before 7 we'll be there. And we were able to achieve that, and everybody is happy. So I want to really talk about this, because why I have this as part of this course is for me to let you know one of the reasons why some people will buy a course or they attend a seminar and they'll tell you the seminar does not worth their while, or they didn't gain so much from the seminar, or they'll tell you the person, they just collected their money, or some sort of some sort of words. Why I was trying to see why some people will attend a business seminar or they buy a business course, and after some time they won't do anything about it. And so that's what brought me to this conclusion, that, and I would like to ask you this question also: are you an entrepreneur? Yes, you might be a entrepreneur. You are learning to be a entrepreneur, but entrepreneur uh, entrepreneur also is an entrepreneur. Before you are a entrepreneur, you must be an entrepreneur first. So I'm asking you a question: are you an entrepreneur? It is very important. It is very essential for you to know this. If you have not done this analysis about yourself, I think it is the best time for you to analyze yourself. Are you an entrepreneur? Yes, you want to go in, you want to start a rental business, but are you a rental business? Are you an entrepreneur now? So the definition of an entrepreneur is this: an entrepreneur is an individual who set up a business or businesses, identifies and solves problems, creative, innovative, opportunities, risk taker, self-starter, and open-minded with the hope of making a profit from the enterprise. That is an entrepreneur who set up a business, who is a risk taker, who is self-starter, who is open-minded, who can strategize, who can identify problem and solve it. That is an entrepreneur. So if you are not yet an entrepreneur and you are watching this course, it might be difficult for you as in starting, because uh, one of the characteristics of an entrepreneur is self-starter, somebody who can take risk, somebody who is open-minded, somebody who can identify a problem. Like I said, you need to identify what you have. You need to look at the environment, look at what is available, and see where you can plug in and see where you can carve out your rental business. That is an entrepreneur. So if you are able to do this, if you can do this, then you are an entrepreneur, and you'll find it very easy for you to start your rental business. So I'll tell you, I have here signs to know you are not yet an entrepreneur. Yes, there are some signs for you to know you are not yet an entrepreneur. So the reason of me saying this is not to bring you down or to make you feel bad about yourself. The reason might be the reason why you have attended so many business seminar and you have not been able to start earning. So it might be you're not yet an entrepreneur. And why I'm saying it is just for you to prepare your mind. At times you might be doing some things and you don't know. You might be doing something right and you don't know. But if you know it's very right, what you are doing is right, you might improve on it. You might get better and do some other things to make you get better. And also at times you might do some things wrongly and you won't know. So if you can identify something you are doing wrongly, you might change your ways and see how better to do it. So I have like 10 signs here to know you are not yet an entrepreneur. So if you are not yet an entrepreneur, it's for you to develop yourself into being an entrepreneur. And number one signs you are not yet an entrepreneur, you are always afraid of failures. If you are here watching this video and you are always afraid of failures, you are not yet an entrepreneur. You need to develop a positive mindset. You need to develop a positive mindset that, okay, if I do this, I'm going to succeed. If I'm doing this, as a matter of fact, there's nothing you can't fail if you're an entrepreneur, because even if you fail, it's an experience, and that experience you will need it in your further business. In any other business you will do, you will be able to identify, okay, what makes you fail this business, and you'll be able to do something differently. So if you're an entrepreneur, you can't fail. You can't just fail if you're an entrepreneur. Yes, you might have setback, you might have difficulty, you might have challenges, but in the actual world, it's not a failure, it's an experience. It's an experience. So if you're always afraid of failure, that means you're not yet an entrepreneur. If you don't possess a problem solving mindset, you're not yet an entrepreneur. what we do as a entrepreneur, what we do as an entrepreneur, we are solving problem. That's just it. We are solving problem. We are solving people for problem. So you must have a problem solving mindset. You must have, you must see a problem and know the solution. You must see what somebody lacks and know how to get it. Like I said, I don't have equipment, I don't have contact, I don't have money to start a business, but I can, you know, think through it and say, okay, if I can go to this person, I get the equipment, then I supply the person that who owns it. I was able to solve my problem at that particular point in time. So if you don't have a you don't possess a problem solving mindset, then you are not an entrepreneur. Just know if you are an entrepreneur, you are there to solve problems. So if other people have seen problem, you must see the problem and also see the solution. If you can't see that, you're not yet an entrepreneur. Another reason is if you are not adapted to change, change is a constant thing and things are changing from now. And some years back, there's nothing like internet. Some years back, there's nothing like internet. So you must be adaptive to change if you're going to be an entrepreneur. So you must be adapt to what is working and leave behind what is not working. If in the business nowadays is internet that is working, you must learn it. You must learn how to use the internet. You must. You might not be an expert, you might not be a professional, you must at least learn the basic of making use of, and also you can pay people who can help you to do the marketing. So another sign you are not yet an entrepreneur is if you don't like selling. If you don't like selling, my dear brother and sister, you are not yet an entrepreneur. What we do as an entrepreneur, we are selling our service, we are selling our product. Yes, we are selling products, we are selling service. That's what we do as an entrepreneur. If you are not selling, then we are not yet an entrepreneur. If you don't like selling, you are not yet an entrepreneur. So you must make up your mind that you must embrace selling. Yes, there are different levels of selling and different platforms of selling. Online selling is part of it. If you can't be going from one office to another to sell, you can leverage on the benefit on the platform of online. You can sell online, but you must embrace selling, either offline or online. You must embrace selling. Also, if you don't know how to identify opportunity, is one of the signs you are not yet an entrepreneur. You must be able to identify opportunity when you see it. You know, you know that is one of the characteristics of an entrepreneur. If you see an opportunity, you must identify it. When you see people rushing bus, running after bus, that's a problem, but that's also an opportunity. It's a problem, but you must be able to identify the opportunity around this. When you travel, maybe you travel to a different location, you must look at the environment and say, okay, this this is an opportunity for me to bring what is not available here. And I'll give you this example. A Two salesmen were sent to a new community to go and do a research of is a company that sells shoes, and they send them to that company to go and do a survey if they can bring they can sell their shoes there. And two men, and the first one sent a report back home that there's no market here, they don't sell shoes, they don't wear shoes, nobody wears shoes here. And the second sales guys sent a mail back to the office, said yes, there's massive market here because they don't wear shoes. So you must be able to identify opportunities At every point in time, everywhere you see yourself, you must be looking for opportunities. As a matter of, as a matter of fact, you must be looking for problems and see how you can solve it. Opportunities is problem for some people. You know, what you are solving is a problem for some certain set of people. You know, when you look a community, maybe you look at a community, there's no one sewing dress here. It's a problem to those people in the environment. Can you bring a sewing machine there? You will become an entrepreneur. You might not be the one to run it, but you are solving a problem. That makes you an entrepreneur. Another sign that you are not yet an entrepreneur, you don't take action on your plan. You have attended so many business seminars and you have not tried any of it, then a sign you're not yet an entrepreneur, you're not yet a go-getter. So you are an entrepreneur, you must set your goals, you must have a plan, and you must take action. As you have listened to this video course today, you must take action. Identify which sectors you want to go into. Is it the property sector? Is it the event and party sector? Is it the transportation sector? Go and do your research. Go and meet the person who is into it already. Partner with that person. Market. Do your marketing. And you are in business. Take action. Take a step. You don't like to be stressed or stretched, then you are not ready to be an entrepreneur. You know, when you are an entrepreneur, at times you need to stretch yourself. At times you need to stress yourself. Yes, it's one of the reasons. That is one of the why an entrepreneurs make money, because we entrepreneur can go extra miles. Entrepreneur can go extra miles. Have you seen people going to Kaduna, like going to North to bring pepper to Lagos? You've seen people going to people going to China to bring items to Lagos. You know, they are entrepreneurs. They were able to stress themselves. They are able to stretch themselves. That's why they are entrepreneurs. If you are not self-motivated and disciplined, you're not yet an entrepreneur, because when you're an entrepreneur, there are a lot of discipline you need to do before you can achieve success. You need to be self-motivated. When things look down, you must be able to motivate yourself. You must be able to encourage yourself. And when you have a plan, you must be disciplined enough to follow through. Signs you are not yet an entrepreneur, you are not, if you are not resourceful, you know, one of the reasons why you know you are not resourceful, if you are working in an organization and they cannot call you for one or two things. If you are thinking of somebody to call for any particular, they will not think about it. That means you are not resourceful. You need to work on yourself to be resourceful and, you know, be valuable. Because if you are an entrepreneur, you are bringing value to other people. That's what you are doing as an entrepreneur. So you must be resourceful. You must be resourceful. Then you have in mind, you begin to say, okay, I'm an entrepreneur. You know, there's some people that work in an organization and they are always the one that is fit for like 2 to 3 to 4 jobs. If they want to do anything, they call this person. You know that kind of person is resourceful. So that person with some other traits, with some other characteristics, with some other ability, that person can be a successful entrepreneur. You are not patient enough. You want to start a business today and be earning 1 million naira. No. In business, you have to plant, it will germinate, then you harvest. You can't plant and harvest today. So the same thing, if you are going to a business, you want to start a business, you plant, you water it, it will germinate, it will grow before you can harvest. So if you are not patient enough, that's a sign you are not yet an entrepreneur. Last reason here, if you can't take risk, you are not an entrepreneur. If you can't take risk, you can't be you are not yet an entrepreneur yet, because some of the things that we do as an entrepreneur, we take risk. We believe this will work. We believe this will be successful. We believe this will be profitable. That's why you see people will go and buy items and they will bring it to another location to go and sell. What give them the assurance that they're going to buy it? And it has happened maybe 1 or 2 times. You buy some items, you want to buy some equipment, and you don't get the returns. But as an entrepreneur, everything might not work, but when you look at the up and down, you find that you still win. Like I said, I started with 5,000 naira. As of today, the equipment I have for my business is into millions. So, assuming I didn't take that risk, saying, okay, I want to go into this business or I want to start, I'll still remain where I am up to today. So, if you are not, don't, if you have some of these signs here, that's to show you are not yet an entrepreneur. So you need to work on yourself and get better. So, one of my favorite, coming to the end of this training, one of my favorite quotes is, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is today. So if you have been planning on starting a business for a very long time and you have been procrastinating, you have been postponing it, you have been giving one excuse or the other, today is another best time for you to start your rental business. A candle loses nothing by lighting other candles. I've shared my experience, I've shared my thoughts, I've shared my ideas with you, and I love it. Yes, some of you might start the kind of business I'm doing. It's fine by me. It's fine. And another one of my favorite quotes is, you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. So whatever you want to do, whatever your plans, you have to start. You have to start today for you to be great. So I want to encourage you, as many who have watched this video, whatever your plans you have, if it's rental business you want to start today. Whatever business you want to start today. You can't be great without starting, but you have possibility of being great if you start. Thank you, and I really appreciate every one of you. If you have any question, you can connect with me on any of this platform. You can check my WhatsApp, my Facebook page. You can check me on Instagram. You can pause me. You can send me a WhatsApp message on any of this platform, and I will be willing to give you more information and help you to navigate your way on starting your own rental business. So thanks for watching, and I want to say, take a step and start today. Thank you.